you got your right to your own opinion, just like you got your right to clean your butt. And a lot of people don't do that, so a lot of people shouldn't give their opinion either. All right, all right, all right. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? It's the Big Easter, Peso Shadow Man Grundy, quite low to G exact, and I'd like to welcome you back to the culture. This is the Culture Made channel, and it's been a little minute since I've posted something. I'm trying to get into being consistent on YouTube and learning other platforms that I can, stream from, and just basically um, bring my perspective on what's going on in the world today. It's they need security in the world, Craig. It's crazy out here, you understand what I'm saying? But yeah, I promised y'all a breakdown of the Superman trailer, and by God's great graces, they released a spot where they gave us a little bit more footage, like two more scenes that we haven't seen before. One of Superman flying, and one of Lex Luthor doing Lex Luthor, that rich nigga shit. But yeah, I'm glad that it came around the time that I finally got ready to do what I need to do, because I've been trying to upgrade everything that I'm working with. I'm trying to learn OBS to the point where I can give y'all the highest quality that I can at the moment, because I think I ain't rich. I'll make it look good, but yeah, I'm nowhere near rich.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
But I do well for myself, and I want to be able to translate that into my content and the product that I put out into the world, and hopefully I can get some feedback from y'all how to upgrade things and make things better. But like, for example, man, I'm just not learning how to use Discord. Shout out to my homie Karuki Samurai. He rocking with me, one of the first people rocking with me, and I really do appreciate it. And y'all should go check him out on YouTube, in Discord. That's Karuki Samurai. Cool guy. We got affinity for fighting games and adventure games, RPGs, things of that nature, things that are important to the culture, and people don't know how important it is, because these things really do dictate on like the way we look at things and the way things are happening in the world. And a lot of people don't know it because they're not in tune, they're not cultured. But yeah, I'm trying to learn how to navigate these content areas, and make my way in these YouTube streets, how I can do it without stepping on anyone's toes, or make as enough noise as I can without pissing off the neighbors. Because it's really fuck the neighbors, but not. I was joking. I love everybody sometimes, even on Tuesdays. But yeah, bringing y'all this Superman Brkdwn trailer, and just want to give you my thoughts and things that I've noticed in the trailer, because a lot of people are giving new Superman and James Gunn their praises, but at the same time, there's some haters out here. I don't know why they hating, but you got your right to your own opinion, just like you got your right to clean your butt. And a lot of people don't do that, so a lot of people shouldn't give their opinion either. But anyway, found my Superman shirt. Yeah, boy. Yeah, my baby mama was hiding it. You know what I'm saying? She mad how I look in it. You know what I mean? Because when I pull it out, then they'd be like, "Wow, we like Superman. But anyway, yeah, let's get to this trailer breakdown. It's the Big Easter. Shadow Man Grundy, I got you. All right, all right, all right. Let me just pull up the trailer itself. A couple of my notes on the trailer. I got some things that I set aside, and I do all my editing. I do all, my research, and I do everything by myself. Starting this media company from the ground up, I really am, a solo soldier, and I'm used to that, so I know how to handle it. But yeah, just bear with me for a second while I, try to get things in order. But I got some things that I really want to bring to the forefront that I don't think a lot of people are mentioning in the trailer. So first and foremost, we got the icy background, the snowed over terrain, and you can already get the feel that it's a representation of the Fortress of Solitude. In a second, we'll speak on why Fortress of Solitude is so important to Superman. But the main thing I want to touch on in the beginning is this shot of Superman hitting the ground and laying there, just laying there flat, in like a crater that he created from hitting the ground that hard. You know what I mean? And it pisses me off. I get it. I understand it. I can't say that I love it, but I do like it because I know what they're trying to do with Superman, the character. They're trying to, and a lot of people have done this. It's kind of like a iconic thing ever since the death of Superman. Great comic. Y'all should read comics. You should read more, period. And I'm not just talking about online, because a lot of things are shorthand nowadays. It messes with the brain. I know y'all don't know how to spell out there, but it's all on your face. You don't know how to spell. But anyway, yeah. The picture of Superman, being laid out, to the point where he looks defeated, really, it's used to try to bring Superman down to a normal level, to a level that people can understand. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Superman's just like you. He gets hurt, he gets down, he has to get back up too. All right, I get what you're pushing, but my problem with that is it's Superman, bro. It's Superman. You see what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of people want to relate. You know what I mean? I mean, you have to relate to the character to be able to enjoy the character. But I don't want to relate to the downfalls. Like, true story, I don't want to see my downfalls mirrored in fantasy, bro, and in comic books, and and cartoons and video games, and in these characters who represent so much more than what people are. You know what I mean? Because basically Superman is a Jesus character, bro. And I'm not saying Superman is Jesus. I'm not saying Superman is God. Nothing will ever be the Almighty. But what I'm trying to bring to you and help you understand is, we don't need to see a symbol of hope getting crushed. Because that sucks. That's basically telling you there's no hope out there for you. You know what I mean? Get up off your ass and sure, duh. You gotta do that every day. You know what I mean? Even when, as a child, you gotta get up and go to school. You gotta get up and do that. Like, that's part of the programming. That's part of living. You know what I mean? That's part of growing. But at the same time, these characters were created and meant to represent something more than that. Like, for a lot of us, this is our only escape. You know what I mean? Like, reality hits you in the face from every angle. You gotta learn how to take those blows and throw them blows back. But at the same time, dog, when I want to get away, when I want to escape, the point is, I don't want to feel that. Like, I don't want to look at a character who I see as hope. You know what I mean? Who I see as, greater than man. You know what I mean? Greater than all. You know what I mean? I don't want to see him beat to vote. I mean, it defeats the purpose of what the character is. And I get they keep trying to make Superman relatable. Oh, yeah. Well, people can't relate to Superman. He's too powerful. He's perfect. Blah, blah, blah. So, maybe you should strive to be that way too. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. But you can try. Like, what's so bad about trying? You know what I mean? But when it comes to the iconic vision of Superman being beaten down, it's understandable when it's a doomsday. It's understandable when it's a Mongol. It's understandable when it's Ultraman, which, we're going to speak on later as well. You know what I mean? But at the same time, dog, one of the reasons I reacted like I did in the trailer to a certain scene, which I am going to emphasize here again, bro, Superman is a symbol of hope. Let's keep him that way. You know what I mean? I know they done took America out of truth and justice, the same, you know what I mean? But at the same time, that don't mean we have to stop with the hope, bro. You know what I mean? Like, we can just keep pushing on and look forward to these characters to help us realize that it is greater out there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's stop showing Superman beat up. We don't show Batman weak ass beat up, bro. And Batman ain't. Batman was pampered all his life, dog. Okay, you lost your parents. Okay. Me too. Everybody, I grew up around a lot of people who ain't had their peoples. You know what I'm saying? And they had to, fend for their own. You know what I mean? But at the same time, dog, you don't see me dressing up in no bat suit. I might dress up in all black sometime, but that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about right now. So let's move on. The point is, bro, we don't see Batman whoop like that all the time. Let's stop seeing Superman whoop like that, dog. Because not too many people can whoop Superman. I was sitting here thinking, like, hardcore, like, who can whoop, bro? Not too many people can whoop Superman. So let's step on that, okay? Yeah. So boom. Next scene, we're showing him as Clark Kent. Like I was saying before, it's a transition from, hey, Superman's just like you guys. He has to rush to work and dodge people. You know what I mean? Just to make sure he don't knock nobody over, he don't hurt nobody on his way to work in part of this, process of life. And he gotta get money too. Yeah, he's just like you. Even wears glasses. Yeah. But I give him this. I do like the fact that when he is Superman, his hair is like perfect. You know what I mean? And when he's normal, he got the curls out. It's just ragged. Like, I brought my curls out today. And that's natural. You know what I mean? A little bit of pink lotion in that joint and keep it moving. You know what I mean? What I'm saying? Yeah, we like the pink. Molly and Imani. Anyway. So boom. Yeah, the next scene we got Superman rushing to the Daily Planet, which I seen people whining about as well. Like, bro, Superman works at a newspaper factory, bro. Like, they got one everywhere. Like, we still have where I'm from a paper called the Hickory Daily Record, and no, I don't see a lot of people reading it. And actually, funny story. I used to read the papers all the time. National, the New York Times, LA Times, and New York, something. I forgot. It's been so long ago. But I made sure that I read my local papers first, and then I looked to see what was going on in the world. You know what I mean? So with the Hickory Daily Record, I would have them in my whip on a ride. You know what I mean? And one of my homies, he's grown to understand how important learning is nowadays, but at that time he was straight foolish. Like, I'm talking about straight cutthroat, was off the chain. You know what I mean? And I seen him skip school, so I had to keep it all the way honest with you. I was skipping school too, but at the same time I was further along in school than he was. You know what I mean? And that don't make me above him in any way, shape, or form. But it's just to say, I say that to say this. There were a couple things that I knew that he needed to learn. You know what I mean? So I'm riding. I see Cuz and his homie. They skipping. I'm like, Cuz, what the hell? Y'all get in. You know what I mean? Cuz get in. When Cuz get in, right? He see the newspapers. You're like, oh, what the hell you doing reading the newspaper? Would you going to get some coffee or something? Yeah. And this is when Starbucks was just booming. They just started booming. They put a Starbucks around, like on the other side of town. On the other side of town from where I'm from, you know what I mean? And so he like, what you going to get your coffee and cake, coffee cake in the morning or something? Cuz, read your little paper and shit. Cuz he said, gangsters don't read newspapers. Why he say that to me? Look, I had to look at Cuz. I was like, hey, man, either one, you're going to get the fuck out my car and walk back to school, or I'm going to drop you off in front of the school so you can get some education about yourself. Because you got to learn something, Cuz. Reading is fundamental.
Reading is fundamental. Now let's get on with this school thing. You teach.
You're not finna get off in my car and tell me gangsters don't read. Like, that don't even make sense. Anyway, the point is, people are whining about what the Daily Planet looks like, and I'm glad Daily Planet looks like it does. One, it brings us back to a more introspective time where you did have to slow down for a second. Sit down. Instead of doing your thumb like this and going through everything that's there, sit your ass down and read. You even have to use your little finger muscles to turn the page. It's okay, yeah. You might get the pages all crumpled up or, all loose. Well, set that to the side for a second. You probably won't read that part anyway. But sit down and think for a second. That's what we're lacking nowadays. And the look of the Daily Planet really brings you back to the point of, hey, this is normal. This is life. It's not too fast, not too slow. It's just what's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? People don't like the way the Daily Planet looks. I love the way the Daily Planet looks on the outside and even on the inside. Because when we get to the inside, guess what we get to see? Lois Lane. And no offense to the last girl that they had playing Lois Lane in the Snyderverse, because she was cool. You know what I mean? I think her name is Amy something. I was right. Amy Adams. Amy Adams, beautiful woman, awesome actress, holds her own in the role. She was good in the role of Lois. My main problem is she wasn't my Lois Lane. And you'll hear that a lot in this video because I come from a certain era, you know what I mean? I grew up in a hectic 90s, you know what I mean? And the 90s were awesome. They were crazy too. But some of the awesome parts about the 90s were shows like Lois and Clark. And honestly, hear me out when I say this. I love the original Superman from the movies, not the TV show. I don't know nothing about the old 50s TV show. I can't tell you nothing about that. But Christopher Reeve's Superman, love him. Awesome. He brought Superman to life. You understand what I'm saying? But he wasn't my Superman. My Superman was Dean Cain. Dean Cain. The show Lois and Clark. My grandmother, she used to love watching it, bro, because it was more of a soap opera than a superhero show. But at the same time, that was my introduction to live action Superman. Because needless to say, I didn't grow up in the best of environments, and we didn't have no money to be running to see Christopher Reeves and Richard Pryor in Superman movies. Nah, my Damie, we was watching the TVs. If we could get the TV. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, my grandma loved Lois and Clark, and that was like my full introduction into the world of Superman. And I can't lie to you, that was a hot show. Like, bro, the chemistry that Lois and Clark had at that time was unmatched until what I see now. The actress I see playing Lois Lane now, the way that she interacts with our Superman today, idolize Golden, bro. Like, it feels like they are really a thing, you know what I mean, and not just acting like a thing. Like, and it's not even the dialogue, because we haven't seen the movie yet. We don't know what they'll be talking about really, and it's one scene that I'm totally lost on. I don't know what that thing is in the background, but I'll show you when we get to that part. I don't know what that is in the background. Just the way that they look at each other, the way that they interact, the way that they, you know, show affection towards each other in the trailers. I mean, it's on point. It's like, it takes me back to seeing Dean Cain and his Lois. Like, yo, that's my Lois. That's my Lois. And, you know, I'm gonna get the actress's name. So it turns out her name is Rachel Brosnahan. I'm sorry. It's my first time ever looking it up. I just know when I seen her in the trailer, she glowed. Like, I was like, yo, that's Lois. Like the last one, Amy, when I seen her, I was like, what is that? Like, is that the Flash's girl? Like, is that Iris? Like, hold up, that's Lois? I don't think she fits Lois. This woman, when I seen her, there was no question to it. That's Lois. You know what I mean? And I think I'm really going to enjoy seeing the dynamic between those two actors. Next scene, we have the farmhouse. And it's not the typical farmhouse that we used to. It's a smaller, you know, more grounded farmhouse. But my part that I enjoyed here wasn't even the farmhouse. I enjoyed the interaction between Clark and his father, you know, John Kent. We don't get to see too many times where Clark is being vulnerable with John. Even in the Snyder movies, you know, it was more of a, you know, and Kevin Costner is Kevin Costner, bro. Like, come on, dog. It's the bodyguard. Yeah, you're like, what are you gonna do? But he was more of a stoic, you know, John Kent, which nothing's wrong with that. Like, we need more stoic male role models in the world today. But at the same time, the interaction in this trailer between Clark and his father is something that I don't think really gets explored in live action. I mean, it's plenty of times in the comics, you know, and really in the comics you can't portray the emotions like that. Like, only certain writing jumps off of the page, and you have to have a good artist behind that, you know. But in this scene with the, you know, the rays of the sun shining on them, and, you know, John's body and Clark holding him, he's telling him something, bro. And I can already imagine what he's telling him, like, you know, I love you, Pop. Like, bro, we don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Shit I'm saying? Like, we don't get that. You know what I mean? Men nowadays are to the point, which is understandable, but we're to the point where you can't even tell another man you love him without, you know, putting balls behind it, because you know how things are. But at the same time, bro, we need that. I myself don't have any problems telling a man, hey, I love you, bro. Like, my nigga, I love you. Or, Pop, I love you. You know what I mean? But and their responses sometimes be like, yeah, it's all love. Or, yeah, love you too. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You know what I mean? But it's still like, nah, I don't care. So I understand how, fragile life is. I understand, like, literally, one day people are here, the next day they're gone, and you're having the wakes, the funerals, and like, bro, hug your loved ones. Tell them you love them if you truly love them. A lot of people don't even understand what love is anymore, but me myself personally, I know what love is, and if I love you, I love you. Like, if we made it through the struggle, and I told you if I love you, man, you can't do nothing wrong. True story, dog. But that's the part of this Kentucky, or is it Kentucky? No, Kansas home that I look at like, I think I'm going to like this scene with him just talking to his pops. We don't get that a lot, It's all about Martha Kent. Save Martha. But nah, bro. Like, I think this scene means more than what people are giving it credit for. We're gonna. I hope he don't die. A true story. Like, please don't kill the man. Like, we already don't see Martha. Please don't kill the man. All right. Next scene, we see, Superman doing a sonic whistle. He's calling, of course, Crypto. Yeah, Crypto. Yeah, the low dog. He's calling Crypto. You know what I mean? It's a super dog, and you automatically see with the lick that Crypto gives Superman, he's happy. Yeah, he loves his owner so much to the point where he's so happy to see him, And the first thing Superman says is, "Take me home." Now, I look at that as like a callback to what I was saying earlier with all the snow and stuff around when he's telling Crypto take him home. I don't think he means Kansas. I think he literally means, take me to the Fortress of Solitude, dog, because it's the last thing that Superman has in his possession that shows where he's actually from or who he actually is. You know what I mean? And that don't stand out to a lot of people, but there are some of us out here who we don't know what home is, and any inkling we can get of home to hold on to, we do that. Like, it got so bad with me, I got to the point where I was calling women home. Like, and I had to learn, like, nah, dog. Do not build your home on that, Build your home on a great foundation, and then you can add your pieces to it. But when he says, "Take me home," it's got to be talking about the Fortress of Solitude, not Kansas. And I admire that because, like I said, it's the last son of Krypton. It's the last thing he has to show him, who he is. And this is off subject. I'm more of a Marvel man than a DC man, but I love superheroes in general. Like I was saying earlier, that rant I went on, what they represent and what they can convey that we can't. You know what I mean? As you can see, the background is marveled up. But Supes always been one of my favorites. A lot of people give the new Captain America, Captain Falcon, they give him flack, you know what I mean, from the show that he had, but I think the show was one of the best Marvel shows that they had in a while. They've had, period, because a lot of the shows don't live up to the lessons and the messaging that Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier, was getting across, bro. Like, when Cap looked at Bucky and said, "You have to stop letting people tell you who you are." That line went over a whole lot of people's heads, because a lot of people don't even know who they are. You know what I mean? A lot of people are just following from trend to trend, from TikTok trend to TikTok trend, and one day they this person, the next day they this person, one day they want to do this, the next day they want to do that. They don't know what the hell they doing. But back to this situation with Superman wanting to go home, like, that last remnant of Krypton is the Fortress of Solitude, and that is truly, his home. right, we got the scene, where he's saving the little girl. Typical Supes. All right, boom. Here we go again with the LexCorp thing, with the Luthor Core thing, and everybody whining while Lex Luthor don't look like this, while Lex Luthor don't look like that, what he's supposed to be. Bro, this is the first movie in a line of many to come. Like, I don't care if this movie only does 600. I don't care if this movie only does 5 something. Like, bro, they're gonna continue making Superman, and they're gonna continue making, movies with Superman, and Lex Luthor is going to continue to be a staple in what's going on, because honestly, he is Superman's biggest bad guy, and he can't go toe to toe with Superman, of course. But at the same time, it's not about going toe to toe like that when it comes to dealing with Lex Luthor. And he does get to the point where, he builds himself something to where he can take on the Man of Steel. But at the same time, Nicholas Holt's portrayal, like his look, his demeanor, the way he does, like when he's looking out the window, he sees Supes fly by, and he turned, bro, that to me is epic, because it says so much with just the way he looked, bro. Like, this mother, like, here you go again, like this perfect guy, you know what I mean? Like, I think Nicholas Hoult is gonna kill this role. He's a great actor. I love him as Beast. Like, he's a good man, bro, and he understands what it takes to be engulfed in a role, and I know he's gonna pull it off. Now, to the people that want to see the animated series Lex, the big buff Lex and stuff, like, I get it. That's your Lex. That's who you grew up with. That's awesome. And I also, indulge in that Lex just a tad bit. I really didn't like that Lex from, those cartoons. I really liked the Lex from the old school cartoons way better than that one. Like the Legion of Doom Lex, that was just like, he's a bad guy because he's a bad guy, bro. Forget all this understanding, this and that made him that way. And, yeah, we get that. And it happens in real life. Yeah, this and that makes him, bro. He's Lex Luthor. The nigga, he's evil, bro. Like, he is what it is, bro. He ends up becoming president and all that. Like, the only thing I like from the Justice League animated series that involved Lex Luthor, and I mean, I loved it, was the storyline of him being taken over by Brainiac, because it was a twist that we didn't see coming, and it makes so much sense with Lex's knowledge of technology, and not only technology, his knowledge of the universe he's developed in. Brainiac would need that because that's what Brainiac do. Like, Brainiac collect knowledge, bro. Like, it was a great storyline, and I hope they end up somewhere near there, in these live action movies. Like, one of the best things about these newer movies, like Marvel and all that, they are bringing the comics to life. They're bringing the old cartoons to life, like, bro, like, and they doing it well. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on, man, give him a little leeway, bro. Nicholas Hoult, I'm pretty sure he's gonna play the hell out this role, and in future movies they may buff him up as he gets older. I'm pretty sure he's pretty young, maybe in his early 30s or something like me, and it's gonna get to the point where he's gonna have to put on some muscle, you know what I mean? So just give him a chance, bro. Like, just pay attention to his mannerisms, and like, it's not gonna be nothing like Jesse Eisenberg. Like, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor was, but like I said about the Amy situation, when I looked at him, like, who that? That's who? That's Lex? Nah, dog. Nah, player. Oh, that's right. But yeah, it worked out how it worked out. But yeah, man, I think this Lex is gonna be a great Lex. Okay, now this scene of Lil Cuz raising the flag. This is what I mean about the symbol of hope, bro. The reason it hit home for me so hard, you don't know. So I'm going to tell you. Bro, there's been times in my life where I had to sit and just wallow in hardship and suffering, and you want to call out for somebody to help, and sometimes there is no help. You know, the only thing you can cling on to is hope, is faith, the belief that it's gonna be okay, the knowing that it's gonna be alright. Like, if tomorrow comes, it will be different. You know, it can only get better from here. And to see all of that chaos going on around Lucas, and the next thing you know, while everybody going crazy, he pulling up the flag, dog. He holding the flag up, cuz, like, yo, he got his eyes closed. You see tears streaming down his face. He's asking for hope. And I'm pretty sure the way James Gunn does things in his movies, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, Lucas gonna get that hope. I hope Lucas gonna get that hope. You see what I'm saying? Whether it's through Superman, whether it's through something we're gonna speak on later, you know what I mean? Like, I just hope Lucas get that hope, dog. That's like, I was that little kid, like, hoping, trying to make something happen. You know what I mean? And we get to the next scene, when you see people hating Superman, like, they gonna hate. Like, this happened in real life. And I've even seen people say, oh, why did Superman close his eyes when he got hit by a can? Bro, like, one of the best lines I've heard in these newer superhero movies was in Spider-Man Far From Home, I believe it was, when they went to Paris or some shit like that. After, you know, Spider-Man realized he messed up by, you know, siding with Mysterio or whatever, Happy Hogan is stitching him up, and he delivers a line where he's like, hey man, I thought you were, like, not indestructible, but I thought you could take the hits, you know what I mean? And he was like, just because I can take the hits don't mean they don't hurt. Like, bro, you see what I'm saying? Like, bro, just because somebody hit Supes with a can don't mean it didn't hurt. Now, it might not have hurt him physically. Ain't no might to it. It didn't hurt him physically. Like, the can, true story, would have been real if they had made the can crush when it hit Supes. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, I get it. They're trying to show us that, bro, Supes get hurt. You know what I mean? And not even physically, bro. Like, and that to me, that's better than the scene of him laying there, you know, gasping for air. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's been fighting Doomsday or something. Like, oh, the death of Superman. I'm tired of that death of Superman shit. Let it go. Like, let him live. Like, long live, man. But anyway, yeah, man. Supes closed his eyes when he got hit by the can, because he like, I can't believe this motherfucker just hit me with a can, cuz. Like, are you serious now? If I turn around and smack your head off your shoulders, literally, I'm gonna be the bad guy, right? But Supes is better than that. That's the point. He's better than that. So he's not gonna turn around and smack buddy. You know what he gonna do? Suck it up. Keep walking. Pause. Yo, keep it moving, gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, Superman got feelings too, bro. You just see how he was feeling all over Lois. Like, Superman got feelings too, bro. He wanna, you know, like, it's hard dealing with people, bro. People just, oh man. Anyway, boom. Next scene, we got goofy looking Guy Gardner. Alright, boom. And some people are in an uproar about Guy Gardner, but, bro, true story, who cares? Y'all know y'all do not like, bro, like, y'all ain't that attached to no damn Guy Gardner, bro. Like, true story, like, y'all is not that attached to Guy Gardner. Like, from what I know Guy Gardner of, bro, you got knocked out by Batman. Like, you were the person that made Batman realize that if I can get you not concentrating on your powers, I can take your will away, bro. I'll take your ring right off your finger, which they played up in Justice League War, which was a cool scene, but that was between Hal Jordan, the real Green Lantern, and Batman. And no offense to John Stewart, because I love John Stewart too, but I'm not gonna lie. My Green Lantern is Hal Jordan, bro. That's who I know was Green Lantern. The animated series used John Stewart, which was cool, but at the same time, I'm not a person that's into race switching, or I think that's what they call it, race bait or race something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not into let's take this white character and make him black. Let's take this white character and make him Asian. Let's take this white bro. If he white, he white. Because I'm telling you, if the shoe was on the other foot and they say, hey, let's take Black Panther and make him white, bro, it's gonna be some hell. Like I'm talking about, it's gonna be a level of hell that people are not prepared for. So let's stop doing the race switching thingy and the gender swapping thingy, and let's let these characters be these characters. And if you want something like that, then just make a new character, bro. Like just like they make new Green Lanterns, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Guy Gardner never on the list for me. Like Guy Gardner always been a sucker. The only time I can even remember Guy Gardner looking cool is when he well, it's two times. It's two times. Guy Gardner went he went on in with Atrocitus, and he went to the red spectrum of the Lantern Corps. He went to the Red Lanterns, and like he was alright, boom. But then there's a episode of Young Justice, which is a great show. You should watch it. Give you some culture. But the early Young Justice, that is, like the first 3 seasons, something like that, it was straight. Or the first 2 seasons, something like it was good. Guy Gardner had a scene where somebody was wild and knocked a school bus off of a bridge, and he used a baseball mitten, a catcher's mitten, to catch the bus, and he just chilling. You know what I'm saying? He got his hand behind his head, floating backwards, like he just doing the backstroke to the water, and he just chilling, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the coolest I ever seen Guy Gardner. Other than that, bro, he is a doof, and y'all stop trying to make an uproar about everything. Like, man, come on, some of this shit don't even matter, cuz. Like, Guy Gardner probably wouldn't even be in more than 10 minutes of the movie, if that, you know what I mean? So, whatever. Now, the person that I feel like should get a little bit more flack is Hawk Girl, who they chose to be Hawk Girl. And I really do hope the same way the Guy Gardner thing happened, or I think the Guy Gardner thing is going to happen, I hope that they do the same thing with this Hawk Girl, because from what I see, this Hawk Girl is Kendra Saunders. I think that's her name. It's Kendra Saunders. It's not Cheryl Hall. Cheryl Hall is my Hawk Girl, but Kendra Saunders is cool too. You know, I really got introduced to Kendra Saunders through the CW shows. And it was okay, you know what I mean? Like, I think they called her Shahara Hall in that too, but at the same time, her look was more Kendra Saunders. And once I looked into it, I figured out, oh, that's what they were trying to do. Okay, whatever, cool. But like I just said before, come on, man, let's stop doing that. Let's just stop. Just like when Marvel turned Brother Voodoo into the Sorcerer Supreme, they didn't start calling him Doctor Strange. He's still Brother Voodoo, bro, but he's just the Sorcerer Supreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's start coming up with better characters or more characters and just stop replacing them by darkening their skin or lightening their skin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of corny. Anyway, she looks great. I love, my Latino women. There's nothing against that part. It's just that Cheryl Hall is who I fell in love with, and I would love to see her brought to the big screen and done justice. So, next we got Superman fighting this kaiju, and it makes sense. It's the thing I was saying earlier about Superman versus Doomsday. Like, you got to show that, and I feel like that is the perfect way to show Superman going through struggles, is by showing something bigger than him actually coming after him, not him always on the ground having to get back up. And we get that. But like, all right, I get it. If you fighting 500-foot monster, bro, you gonna get knocked down. bro, one mistake, you don't dodge right one time and boom to the ground. I get that. Like, that makes sense. But all the rest of it's like, come on, dog. Come on, man. But yeah, the kaiju, it fits. And it seems that James Gunn like putting these monsters in his movies. Right? Whatever. It's cool. I mean, the CGI looks good. And I'm pretty sure it's going to look even better by the time the movie drops. So, alright, the kaiju scene's alright. The thing in the background again. Alright, boom. Forget the thing in the background. That kiss between Superman and Lois. When Lois, like, she don't just, you know what I mean? Like, she like, come here, nigga. Even Clark face like, oh, damn, man. Like, bro, it ain't been this hot since Lois and Clark. Like I'm saying, they on point. I think this movie's gonna do well. From every aspect, you know. We get a scene in the Fortress of Solitude, and I was tripping in my initial reaction when I seen that creature that I thought was Brainiac. So I was like, finally, hell yes, we get Brainiac. But nah, it turns out it's Metamorpho. Metamorpho is a more obscure character, but I've seen him before. Like, I've watched things like Batman Brave and the Bold. Even though I talk my mess about Batman, like, they do produce good Batman content, so I'm gonna watch it if it's good, And Brave and the Bold was excellent, especially the Aquaman that they got, and that's where I give Zack Snyder props for introducing that kind of Aquaman, like the adventurous surfer dude type Aquaman. Introducing him to live action. That was pretty good. Jason Momoa. Yeah, like he played that. But hearing that he's gonna play Lobo, I think it's a better fit. It's a way better fit. But anyway, Metamorpho was in the Terrifics with somebody who's finna come up in a minute, and I can't wait to talk about. Probably going another rant about because that's my dog. But yeah. Metamorpho was in the Terrifics. I believe he was also in The Outsiders. Or, I think it was The Outsiders. Like, kind of a Suicide Squad thing, but just not Suicide Squad. Like, it's more of a, like, band of kids. Like the Runaways from Marvel, but they're The Outsiders in DC. And I think that was cool. Metamorpho is okay. But I feel like if you're going to go that route with the character, the best person to go with is Plastic Man, bro. Like, Plastic Man in this movie would have been 10 times better than Metamorpho. But, I'm going to save my judgment of the character in this film until I see it. You know what I mean? But I just want to correct myself because I thought it was Brainiac. But nah, it's Metamorpho. And it looks good. Like, whatever they did, whether it's practical or CGI, it looks great. And I can't wait to see it. So, all right, boom. Now we get the first look at Ultraman. Or what everybody is saying, Ultraman. Everybody's saying it's Ultraman. And I, too, believe it's Ultraman because one of the shots I seen, the one with Lex coming out of the plane, you can see a big U on his chest. You know what I mean? And for those who don't know, Ultraman is in the comics from, I think it's called the Injustice Syndicate from like Earth 3 or something like that. Like I think it's Earth 3 where everything is flip-flop and wish-washed. The bad guys are the good guys. Like the Joker is actually a good guy in Earth 3, and the good guys are bad guys. Like, matter of fact, they're called the Crime Syndicate, not the Injustice Syndicate. They're called the Crime Syndicate. And you have the leader of the Crime Syndicate, who is basically an evil Superman, Ultraman. And the reason I feel like Ultraman is a better pick than Bizarro. Let's go ahead and get Ultraman out the way. And we can do Bizarro later, but Ultraman is a better way to establish somebody with Superman's powers who can be on Superman's level, but not necessarily have the same views as Superman, or not necessarily have the same weaknesses as Superman. Like, I think Ultraman, like, don't quote me on this, but I really do think Ultraman gets high off kryptonite. Like, it makes him stronger. Like, kryptonite don't matter to him. Like, I've seen, and I'm gonna try to put it in the video. I've seen pictures of Ultraman just like smoking kryptonite, bro. Like, that's some crazy shit. Like, Ultraman's kind of cool. I can't remember the exact movie it is. I think it was Crisis on Infinite Earths, to where they did Ultraman, and I think they did Ultraman in The Brave and the Bold as well. But the thing with Ultraman is he's basically Superman. You know, he's a reflection of Superman. If Superman wasn't hope, if Superman wasn't the truth, you know what I mean, then you would have this. You know what I mean? They've done it with the Injustice Superman and all that, but it's really Ultraman. And I think the look of Ultraman they have here is inspired by one of his cohorts in the crime syndicate, Owlman. Yeah, Owlman. The opposite to Batman is Owlman. And the look of Ultraman here really screams that they just borrowed those elements of Owlman's costume and put it on Superman. I mean, put it on Ultraman. And I think it works. You know, you show that Ultraman don't really like the sun. You don't need the sun. Superman loves the sun. He needs it for his hue. It feels good. But anyway, yeah, I like that they did give us a counterpart to Superman. Like, he's not just going to be fighting big kajus or Doomsday or something like that. Like, no, let's start on a lower level with somebody people don't really know about, and let's make him a partner of Lex Luthor. It's Ultraman. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you think you got the perfect specimen of man? Well, guess what? I got a homie that'll whoop your ass. Like, yeah, I like that James Gunn went there with Ultraman, and it's kind of a deep cut, but you know, like, the regular public ain't gonna know what it is, so that's why you got people like me to help you out. Wear it up, avatar to the culture. But yes, the scene that I've been waiting to talk about. My dog, the big dog, one of geekdom's best black characters, bro. Let's just say it had come to my mind. One of geekdom's best black characters, and it's Mr. Terrific. Now, the CW screwed my homie over. Like, literally bent them and bucked them. You see what I'm saying? Like, they did that shit on purpose. They knew what the fuck they was doing. So fuck them on that behalf. But yeah, now that we got Mr. Terrific in James Gunn's universe, it look like Mr. Terrific gonna be doing terrific things like he's supposed to. T-Spirits popping off already. They got the T-Spirits are basically like what did you call it? A MacGuffin. Like, you can do anything with T-Spirits, bro. Like, the man fly in space like the Silver Surfer with the T-Spirits, bro. Like, he's that smart. He's like the third smartest person in the world, and he uses technology. He's basically like a Black Iron Man. He uses technology to, you know, save people, and he's also like very, very fit. He was like an Olympian, like, true story. He was like an Olympian in the comics, and like, he can whoop you, he can outsmart you. Like, he done outsmarted Batman on numerous occasions, and I think Batman is supposed to be like the second smartest person in the world, and then Mr. Terrific, but Mr. Terrific has his moments where he step on Batman, like, bro, get that out of here, cuz. Like, let me tell you, let me give you a different perspective, dog. You know what I mean? And I've seen people whining about how his mask actually protrudes from his face, and I love that. I'm glad they didn't just put face paint on him because I think that's corny. And even in the comics, you'll see that like he literally has different masks. Like sometimes he wears the black tee, sometimes he wears a red tee, sometimes he wears like a burgundy-ish tee, sometimes he wears red and black tee, like the colors kind of fade into each other. And I think that's cooler than just putting face paint on them. Like, bro, we got other characters for that. You want to just put face paint on somebody, have them run around. We got other people for that. But I love the way that Mr. Terrific's mask is actually a mask. You know what I mean? Because when you're saving people's lives, if you're not Superman, if you're saving people's lives, but you got to go back to your normal life, you can't just, have your face all out there, bro. It makes way more sense for him to have an actual mask on. But the shot of the T-spears, the chef's kiss, they look perfect. Like what he's doing with them, and when he even walks onto the scene, he has this look. I forgot the actor's name. Ide Gasnicki. Let's just say Ide G. Mr. Ide G. I remember him from X-Men First Class, and he got to play Darwin, and I think he killed the role of Darwin. Like, he was one of the coolest characters in the joint, which means he had to get killed off, because really Darwin is OP, but we're not here to talk about Marvel. Let me get that geek face off and put back on my DC face. Bro, as Mr. Terrific, this was a perfect casting, down from his aura, the way he carries himself, to the way he portrays his characters on screen. Like, he puts, for lack of a better term, because he's black, he really does bring soul to his characters. And the way that he walks on screen in the scene that they showed in the trailer, and like you can see the vein pumping out of his head, like, bro, he's calculating what's gonna happen. And he probably really don't want to deal with this. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people who are intelligent. They hate dealing with minuscule things. Believe me, I know. But, yeah, like, you can see it on this acting, bro. Like, he's really like, here we go. Like, all right, well, y'all don't know who I am, obviously. But you're going to try something. And I'm going to thwart that. Because I am terrific. The T-Spears, surrounding him and Lois Lane, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna whoop everybody out there and save the day for Lois. You know what I mean? And deliver her back to Clark how he likes her. But yeah, bro, I'm so glad that they did use Mr. Terrific, and I really do hope they continue using Mr. Terrific, because even though I know we got a Justice League movie, I don't believe we have a proper Justice League movie. And we have to introduce the proper Justice League first, but then Justice League International, I think that comes in just like the Justice League cartoon, and that's when you really get to see like the depth of what DC has to offer, because they have heroes that are freaking awesome. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a Marvel man, but there's no hate towards DC. I love superheroes. Yeah, he walked on screen, badass. Supes fucking with Lois, and then they show him flying. And since we're talking about him flying, I want to go ahead and speak on the newer footage of him actually, flying. I believe it's from the Fortress of Solitude, and I also believe it's after whatever happens with Crypto. Crypto comes, saves him, bring him home, and he leaves. Like, whatever happened with the fight, he's gonna go home, get fixed up, get some sunlight, and get back into the fight. It's gonna happen like that. And then I think when he goes home to get fixed up, that's when Lex and them figure out, okay, this is home for him. Then they go out there and mess stuff up, and that's why you see him holding on to the bot. I forgot the bot's name, and I'm not gonna look the bot's name up, like, because I ain't gonna lie, yeah, Like, bro, that don't matter to me. Even like, I've never read a comic with him in it and whatever. So, yeah, I believe everybody whining about how Superman looks in the motherfucker. Bro, shut up. Like, shut up. Unless you're a female that feels like, hey, that ain't my Clark Kent or that ain't my Superman. All right, cool, whatever. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's how you feel. Like you judging him on his looks, and that's cool. But bro, the nigga look like Superman, cuz. Like, bro, he's Superman, cuz. He is Superman, bro. You know, the Superman we got. I ain't gonna lie. For now, you know, like I said, Dean Cain is my Superman. But at the same time, Henry Cavill did a good job as Superman. I love that first Man of Steel movie. Still in my heart to this day. Like, bro, I actually mimicked some of the stuff he do. Like, somebody even like tapped me. I stand there like, you know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers try to push me on some place here, or you know, somebody try to push me on some other shit. I'm gonna be stoic. Like, you thought that was gonna work? Like, you'd be better off just going ahead and hit me, bro. Like, cause you know, like, yeah, bro. So I give Henry Cavill hella props. I felt like Ben Affleck was the best representation of Batman we've had, but at the same time, you know, I know he had his flaws, but that wasn't his fault. That was the writing's fault. But Ben Affleck is Bruce Wayne and Batman. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, that universe is over. We're here for this universe. Superman flying into the screen looks great to me. Even with kind of say, I want to say like the GoPro-ish camera angle that they had. You know what I mean? Shout out to John Campea. I heard this on his show, and I seen that John Campea is the YouTube hustle god. Like, bro, he's been from Collider to his own shit from back and forth. Like, bro, he's been getting it in on YouTube for a long time, and I respect the man's mind and his hustle and everything he's built. But I feel like the GoPro thing is more of a way to bring Superman into reality without using too much CGI. And like the CGI that we are going to get is like the shit that's behind him that's, you know, moving at, you know, Mach speed or whatever. Like, the man is moving like at miles per hour you can't fathom while flying with no protector over his eyes, none of that, bro. Like, give him a break, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure the wind that they was blowing in his face was a little bit unbearable, but bro, he's Superman, dog. Like, it is what it is, dog. And the scene don't look bad. It don't, and it actually looks good. You see what I'm saying? But it might not be to your preference or to your liking. But, and I'm not talking directly to John. Hell no. I'm just saying, like, the people that are, you know, whining about it, like, get over it, dog. It's the first time we've seen it. They're gonna up it, you know. They're gonna make it look better for the actual release of the movie. So stop whining about it, man. Stop. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's opinion don't matter, cuz. On the set, everybody's opinion don't matter, cuz. Like, for real, dog. But yeah, that's the breakdown of the trailer, man. And I really am looking forward to seeing this movie. And I really do hope that, as it being the jump off, the starting point of James Gunn's live action DC universe, I hope it does well, man. And I hope that they're able to bring the hope back to Superman, bro, because that's what we need. We don't need Injustice Superman. We don't need old dark pouty. Well, are they worth saving? No, bro. Don't answer no questions. We don't ask no questions. You hear me? Do what you're supposed to be doing, bro. That's people's problem nowadays, bro. They want to do shit that they ain't even supposed to, bro. You know that ain't in you, dog. That ain't in you, dog. Stop that. And what you should start doing, just trying to be like our boy Supes. The big blue sky. Hey. Yeah, so that's my breakdown of the trailer. I can't wait, bro. Like I just can't wait. But whenever they start pre-selling tickets, I'm gonna buy at least two. I'm gonna see it twice, whether I like the movie the first time or not. I'm gonna see it twice because I ain't gonna lie. At first, I hated Batman v Superman, but then when I went back and watched it the second time, I actually enjoyed it. I ain't gonna say I loved it, but I actually enjoyed it. Especially the scene when Batman crawled across the ceiling like a creature of the night. Like, bro, that's hard. That's hard, bro. Like, so y'all gotta get over yourselves and give things some chances, bro. You know what I mean? And if it don't work, then it don't work. But I really do hope this does. And yeah, bro, it's the Big Geekster. Peso Shotterman Grundy. Quay Loke the G exact. Signing out.
10 toes, I always stand so tall. Main mission on a young nigga, my is we gon' ball. Ambition feel